Coronation Street explosion. Gary Windass strikes back as Mick Michaelis crosses the line. In the world of Coronation Street, villains come and go, but some stick around just long enough to light a fire no one sees coming. Enter Mick Michaelis, Joe Layton, a smooth-talking chancer who thought he could play puppet master with Gary Windass, Mikey North. But in Weatherfield, betrayal has a price, and Mick's about to learn just how high that toll can be. At first, Mick's arrival was quiet, calculated. He slithered his way into Gary's trust, convincing him to invest in the builder's yard, a decision Maria Connor, Samia Longchamben, had warned against. Gary, eager to carve out a new legacy, ignored Maria's instincts and handed Mick the keys to more than just the yard. He gave him influence, but behind Mick's charm hid something far more sinister. As the duo teamed up on the surface, trouble was brewing in the shadows. Mick, sensing weakness, turned his attention to Liam, Charlie Renshaw, Maria's sensitive and anxious young son. A boy struggling to find his place became the latest pawn in Mick's twisted game. Innocent at first glance, Mick's pranks on Liam quickly escalated into calculated torment. Liam, desperate for acceptance, tried to laugh along, masking his discomfort with forced smiles and nervous chuckles. But the cruel truth couldn't stay buried for long, and when Liam finally snapped, retaliating with a simple act of rebellion by secretly salting Mick's tea, the situation took a dark and dangerous turn. Furious, Mick retaliated in the most horrifying way imaginable. He locked Liam inside the builder's yard toolshed and left him trapped, alone and terrified. The young boy's cries for help echoed through the cold, empty yard, unheard and unanswered. Later in the week, Mick ordered Liam to fetch breakfast. But this time, the boy had had enough. Instead of returning, he fled to the cafe, consumed by fear and anxiety. It's there Gary and Maria found him, broken, silent, and visibly shaken. When Liam finally revealed the truth about what Mick had done, Gary saw red. Storming over to the yard, Gary found Mick prowling near the very shed he'd used as a prison. Without hesitation, Gary shoved him inside and slammed the door shut, locking him in, dishing out poetic justice one click of the padlock at a time. But Gary's fury was far from over. After firing Mick on the spot, Gary found himself face to face with a raging Mick later that same day. Words were no longer enough. Mick swung first, landing a vicious punch, and the two men clashed in a brutal street brawl. With adrenaline surging, Gary grabbed a nearby bottle, ready to end things once and for all. But just as things teetered on the edge of catastrophe, Kit Green, Jacob Roberts, burst onto the scene. Planting himself between the combatants, Kit ordered Gary to stand down. Now, with fists clenched and rage boiling, Gary stands at a crossroads. Will he walk away, or will his thirst for vengeance push him past the point of no return? One thing is certain, Mick Michaelis thought he could manipulate Gary Windass. But in Weatherfield, the strong survive, and the snakes always get crushed.